What's up, guys? It's your boy Zowoki back at it with another Chris Watts video. And today, obviously, we're going to take a look at some things that I didn't even know existed. I know that the police officers did some type of reenactment, but apparently it's even more than we know. The tangle of, or I should say, the tangle web of lies and so forth like that. The shadows that were presently there that we might have missed when it comes to the CCTV or CCTV video. My goodness, that's a tongue twister. And we're going to be looking at other things as well. So with that being said, grab a chair, get comfortable. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel by hitting that wiper icon down the bottom right. Hit the bell icon next to it. So when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I've posted that video, and then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. With that being said, we are going to Michelle After Dark. It's been a while since we watched her stuff, but go over there, give her some love, subscribe, comment, like, and share. This lady is so close to getting to 100K. I would love to see another channel reach that 100K goal. With that being said, let's get into her video. Oh, this. I can't believe he did this. And he pretty much like told the murder as it was happening, kind of with the relationship of being separated, introducing another child. Like, it's just very scary. It's like a premonition.
Types of deterioration. You have sudden and you have gradual. Sudden would be an example of infidelity.
Like he did.
Somebody is not faithful to their partner. The partners realize that the relationship cannot be sustained. Gradual would be if you met somebody at work or a new friendship has occurred and you...
So what's his? Because he did both.
As it goes on, you see that, okay, maybe this relationship has more potential than the relationship I have with my partner. And that would gradually push the old relationship out and push the new relationship in.
Boom.
Oh, the irony. Hello, everyone.
Agreed,
Welcome to another Chris Watts video. It's Michelle here. I do hope you're well. In this video, we're going to address the lies and the misconceptions. Some of them, at least, because there are many. Oh,
There's
what a tangled
quite a
web
bit.
they weaved. What you saw at the beginning was Chris Watts doing a speech, a presentation for a communications course.
About
very
4
ironic.
or 5 years before.
So Nicole Kessinger, Chris Watts' mistress, has been the subject of much speculation. That's the first thing we're going to look
we
at.
read these.
Currently, among several channels that focus a lot around Chris Watts, the speculation is, when did their relationship actually start? Because
way before
Nicole did
June.
a web search, Chris Watts and Shanann Watts, back
A year before.
in 2017. It's there in the discovery.
Not
it's
a typo.
Very specific. It is not a typo. Why
See?
she
knows.
them, no one knows. But when did their relationship actually start? Now, they met at work. What you see in front of you here is from the discovery files, not the discovery itself, but the files that you get from Weld County. I've got all of those files, and they're interesting. There's a lot of little interesting tidbits in there.
I've been going
And
through them
this
myself.
Is one of those. So this is a series of emails. The first one was just a work-related email sent on the 5th of June, and there's several people kind of copied in. What you see is later in the day, Chris writes back, "Thanks, Nikki. Have a great rest of your day." So that was June the 5th.
I hope you have a great, amazing day.
June 12th. And it seems that Nikki and Chris had some sort of conversation. Thank you for being honest with me this morning.
We're not going to look at these emails because we've looked at them redundantly how many different times. This, though, I'd like to know your guys' partake on the, or not, pardon? No. To whom it may concern, I think it's funny that this was created. If anyone gets this letter, I would never do anything to hurt myself or my children or my wife. So the thing that starts off is he talks about himself. So you should say, I would never do anything to my wife, my children, or myself. He puts himself first because that's what he cares about. I have a psychological friend that is a doctor in psychology, and I wanted to pick his brain. And he mentioned that this could be an instance where him putting himself first is he doesn't care about the other two. Now, that can't be factually stated, but myself or my children or my wife. Like, you should be doing my wife or my children, my wife, or myself. Just saying. If anything happens to me, please investigate my wife. So that doesn't make sense. If anyone gets this letter, I would never do anything to hurt myself, my children, or my wife. If anything happens, look at my wife. Like this is just an escape card for him to try to get out of what he had done. There's rumors that apparently back in July, the murders were supposed to take place, but how could that happen when they were in North Carolina? There's things that led to believe that he might have tried to murder them in North Carolina. I don't know where people are coming up with these theories. But again, this paper definitely is like a little sus to look at.
It was written on the 6th of August, so just a week before the murders. And this was when he was in North Carolina, and apparently his mother and sister, I believe, made him sit down because Shanann, according to them, was out of control. This was after Nutgate. Cindy claimed that she was scared of Shanann because she.
So did Cindy make Chris write this? I think this was planned out way in advance, at least a month advance, that he was going to get rid of them.
She was out of control. So they made Chris write this letter. To whom it may concern, if anyone gets this letter, I would never do anything to hurt myself, my children, or my wife. If anything happens to me, please investigate my wife. Supposedly, that's I'm scared of my wife. If this letter is ever read by anyone, it means something bad has happened. I think it was Ronnie that showed the defence team this letter. I mean, that, for me, isn't somebody who's saying, I'm scared. This letter is just telling you to investigate my wife. This letter is an admission of premeditation to me.
I agree.
What do you think? It's implying that Shanann is going to do something horrible.
Shanann would have never done anything.
Tammy Lee using techniques to get him to open up in the interrogation room when she said maybe it was Shanann that killed the girls. Well, she wouldn't have known about this letter at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was already on Chris's mind, so it was very easy to go with that
story. He took
it
and ran.
Once it had been kind of out in the open. Very interesting. At the moment, there is so many lies, so many blatant untruths. You've got the Miss Mensa, you've got KK, you've got Lana Banana, you've got Jays for Jaundice, you've got all of these people and their supporters saying that Shanann killed the girls.
Oh my gosh.
The police looked at that possibility. So what we're
which is messed up
is the police doing a reenactment.
What really makes me upset too is they're reenacting if Shanann did what she did, but they didn't reenact what Chris did. I think that's a little messed up.
Chris said he saw on the baby monitor that Bella was blue and Shanann was strangling.
How could you see if she was blue? The whole screen is blue.
Celeste. So they actually did a reenactment with a doll and a police officer in the position that Shanann might have been in. And then 2 officers watched the baby monitors. There's 2 baby monitors. There's one in Shanann and Chris's room, which is the kind of small one, and then there's a bigger one. So we're going to watch, in the discovery files, there's actually 2 different body cam angles. So 2 different officers watched it at the same time. So we're going to watch them both. And first of all, this is the one on the small monitor.
Go back in there. Go back in there. Well, I'll tell you when you're done.
See, so you wouldn't be able to see
of killing
I think that's totally
Celeste
messed up.
in the way that Chris described
And
it.
her ring is there.
Keep going. Hold on and keep switching.
And it switches between rooms.
Oh, there was two switching between rooms. I thought it was switching different cameras.
So you can see Shanann doing something, but does that look like she's
No.
being strangled? Could actually just as easy
He's full of
look
poop.
like she's, I don't know, petting her or
She would have never
comforting
done
her.
anything.
You can't it's not clear at all, is it?
Okay, now the other one.
So now he's going to go into Bella's room. And they're going to see whether you can tell that Bella's blue.
You can't.
So this is Bella's room. Well, you can't tell at all that Bella's blue.
He's
You
full of
can't
crap.
tell at all. You would just think Bella was sleeping.
Okay.
So now this is the other bigger monitor. This is clearer. So let's take a look
But again, the screen is blue.
at this one.
Well, whoever placed that camera right there is stupid because you get more of the wall than anything.
Go back in there. Go back in there. Well, I'll tell you when you're done.
See, it just looks like she's...
Keep going. Hold on and keep switching.
You can't tell.
See, even if you have it on that side, it doesn't necessarily look like she's strangling her.
No.
Okay,
Not
now the
really.
other one.
He's full of crap.
So Bella now just looks like she's sleeping.
It looks more white than anything. Such full of crap.
So you can see it from that angle. But
And the thing is they weren't strangled. They were smothered. That's why it's very upsetting that Chris says that they were strangled because they were smothered. That's a huge flag right there.
he said that Bella was already blue. So he wouldn't have seen that.
Okay.
The story's absolute nonsense. But now I'm going to move on to another subject that has created some speculation. I watched Armchair Detective last couple of evenings, my time, about Nate's security footage and another shadow and the fact that perhaps Nate's security camera has been doctored because it loops and
I mean,
and
I've heard
things.
that.
And I think that's an understandable misunderstanding, because take a look at this file. Now, this is from the discovery files I got from Weld County, and this is Nate's security footage. Now, it comes in 3-minute, 15-second segments. So the full footage that people put out on the internet, it's been spliced together. So overall, all of these files, if you just put them kind of together one after another in like a chronological sequence, it doesn't work because it's way longer. Like Chris backed his truck into the driveway at 5:18 a.m. because that's on the GPS of his truck, so that's as accurate as it can be. And he left his drive at 5:46. So those 20 odd minutes that he was stationary was recorded on his GPS. So you shouldn't have over an hour of footage. Well, I've worked out why it looks strange. It's because these files are all repeated. They've downloaded them twice, and you can tell by the file names. Now, I haven't doctored these. As you can see, the date last modified was the 21st of August 2018, so I've not done anything to these files whatsoever. So you've got this one, and then this one repeated, and then this one, and then this one repeated, and you can tell by the time that they were downloaded twice, but just a minute apart from each other. So what you do when you're splicing them together is just take one of them. So just take that, 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 and I can get, just doing that, I can put them together and show you the full timeline. And I'll put those in a separate video because this video is already long. So I'll put the full footage out.
Really? Yeah,
just
15 minutes.
as it is, but with the correct kind of sequence. So I think that covers that one up. But yeah, it is confusing, and I couldn't work it out at first, but that's what it is, guys. It's that the files were downloaded twice. Next, let's move on. This is a new shadow that Armchair Detective has found, and this has confused the hell out of me because it really does look like somebody standing in the garage. I can't work out any other reason. I've looked at the lighting because there's a light kind of somewhere here. It's off this screen. I'll explain this screen in a minute. Okay. There's a light here. There'll be a light in the garage, and then there's lights from Chris's truck that is going to start backing in. Now, I don't think the lights from Chris's truck are going to influence this because it's kind of not directly kind of facing. So we need kind of like a light engineer or something to look at it. So what I've done is the right-hand footage is the one that Armchair Detective found the shadow in. So this is the officers just recording on their body cam or phone or whatever, directly from Nate's TV. The drive looks whiter, so the shadow stands out against the white drive. So that's from Nate's TV, and then this one is from the security footage that was downloaded.
The file.
And what I've tried to do, I've got it almost within maybe a millisecond. I've put the two together so you can see the shadow.
I thought about putting this video through an AI generator that can like upscale it so it'd be more, instead of like 240p, it would be 720p or possibly 1080p. I'm working on it to see if it works or not. So
here, and then the shadow here. Now this one, the driveway's kind of grey, and you can see that there's a shaded kind of aspect there that you don't see on this footage. Now, I've tried to match them up based on the headlights, and I'm almost right. So let's go through it. It's only like a few seconds, and let's see the shadow appear in here, and let's see what happens there. Look at that. What is that?
It's a shadow. So whose shadow is that?
I can't see it really on this one because there's already shade.
Yeah, you can see the person.
But if you look really, really closely, I think you can see it. What is that? What is that? Is it a trick of the light?
It looks like a Hold on! Hold on! The shadow's there. The garage door is open. He's in the truck. So whose shadow is that?
Oh, guys. I honestly don't know.
Was that the other person?
What is it? Is it someone standing in the garage, or is it just a trick of the light? What do you think?
I need to know what you guys think on that one.
It's the fact that it moves. Like it seems to move back
I was going to say, it looked like it moves.
Oh, wow. What is that? Anyway, the last thing we're going to look at is those shadows again under the truck. Now, I think the seems
these
to
ones.
be, and I've heard...
There was somebody that was fighting in my comments telling me I was whack, and I didn't know what I was talking about for the shadow underneath, because I couldn't see the shadow that he might have had with carrying out Shanann. But then when you see the little shadow, and then you see him pick up that shadow, and the person was like, "You see no shadows."
In the last couple of days, actually, I've heard more than one channel saying that there's only one child that Chris picks up.
You do
No,
see only
there's
one.
not.
Oh,
There's 2 children.
is
There's
there?
2.
Nah.
I've done a video on this already.
Let me see. I
But
wanna see.
I'm going to do it again. I'll show you. Directly from the Weld County files, you're going to see it frame by frame.
Okay.
This kind of zoomed in stuff is not admissible in court. Let's make it clear on that.
Stupid.
But as a discussion point, as proof on the internet, those girls were alive. This has to be it. It picks up 2 things. So if we want to call them children, I think they're children. Now, the first one that you'll see frame by frame, the shadow, I think, under the truck is Chris. I think probably the thing is picking up is maybe, you know, kind of here. So, hidden by the wheel. So, watch this. There's
Okay.
Chris.
Yep.
And he's picking something up, and you can see
The
that's Chris's
shadow's
shadow
gone.
moving, but he's picking something up.
Oh my
Putting it on the
gosh.
truck. So let's just watch that again. All right, so
There's the shadow.
that shadow
He
moves
walks
with Chris,
forward.
'cause his head's there. And he's moving. He bends down, picks something up, and puts it in the truck.
Oh.
Is that Bella or Cece?
So you
Lights
can
to the
see 2
truck are on,
children.
so the door's open. So we could speculate that he's putting a kid in the truck there, settling them in. And then a shadow appears from here. There. Look. And the shadow of Chris is there. And the shadows merge when Chris bends down.
It's gotta be Bella.
It's so clear, frame by frame. Come on, guys. There's something moving. It's not his lunchbox or his tool bag or his
It's not
computer
walking by
bag.
itself.
That is a moving object coming from this direction, moving towards Chris.
You
Come
see,
on, guys.
You see pretty much somebody in the garage when he's backing up. You don't see Shanann still, which is kind of weird. You don't see, or I shouldn't say you don't see that other car because we saw it before it left. But then you see the 2 girls' shadows. I'm puzzled.
Those girls were alive, and Chris loaded both of them. Now, you can tell me that you don't see these shadows. You can tell me that something more elaborate and more weird occurred. Get the files yourself from Weld County. All you
got
have
mine.
to do is email them and find this scene, slow it down so it's frame by frame. Shanann did not kill those girls.
No, she did not.
And they were loaded in by Chris from the front with Chris's own hands. That's all I'm saying.
So Michelle After Dark wants us to watch this just to see more of the lies, more of the BS. So if you don't want to watch this interview, I understand that if you don't want to watch it. For those that are going to stay, let's take a look.
Like, I have no inclination to where they're at right now. Like, I've exhausted like every friend that I know of, and every friend that I have has called friends that Shanann has that maybe I didn't know about, and it's just like it's vanished. Like, she's not, like, when I got home yesterday, it was like a ghost town. Like, she wasn't here. Kids weren't here. I have no idea like where they went, and it's just earth-shattering. I don't feel like this is even real right now. It's like a nightmare that I just can't wake up from.
Chris, when did you learn that they weren't here?
It's like, yes, well, I had texted her a few times and called her. I didn't get a response, which that was a little off. And then her friend
You made it look like you didn't know where she was. You were texting her phone. Oh my gosh, where are you?
Nicole showed up about a little afternoon. I could see it on the doorbell camera. And I was like, hey, what's going on? She's like, I can't get a hold of Shanann. And that's when I was just like, all right, something's not right. If she's not answering the door and she said the car was here, it's like, I gotta go home. And we got here, got inside, and
You know how long it took him to get home? It didn't take him like his normal time.
nobody was here. Nothing.
And so I read that Shanann hadn't taken the girls to school, which was unusual.
Yeah, because like Bella was gonna start kindergarten next Monday, and they were just getting ready to start back again.
And so what kind of, so your friend Nicole kind of tipped you off that something is...
Yeah, because like she was here at the front door, and that's when I kind of knew, okay, like if she's not answering anybody else either, this isn't like her, because I mean she works that direct sales business, and that's what she does. And for her not to respond to any of her people, that, I mean, if she doesn't respond to me, that's fine. I mean, like, she's busy, she's got stuff going on, but not to respond to her people.
Telling us way more than we need to know.
That was not like her. And we went through everybody. I mean, just everything in my contact list and her friend's contact list, and nothing has come
This
up. Everybody has
contact list
like,
of
they
4
haven't heard
people?
from her either. I'm just hoping right now that she's somewhere safe, and maybe she's there. But right now it's just like,
and maybe she's there. What the flip does that mean?
if she's vanished, like, I want her back so bad. I want those kids back so bad.
No, you don't.
You know, I wanted to ask you a little bit about the hard part. Your first thought is, where are they? I want them back. Your second thought is, you know, your friends were telling us, and you kind of heard me a little on the phone. You're also, your second thought is that you're afraid people think you may have done something.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh!
everybody's gonna have their own opinion on anything like this. I just want them people to know that I want my family back. Like, I want them safe, and I want them here. Like, this house is not the same. I mean, last night was traumatic. Last night was, I can't really stay in this house again, like, with nobody here. And last night I wanted that knock on the door.
Man, I remember watching this
running just
and just saying to my fiance, he did it.
But that didn't happen.
Never did I think I was going to be looking into this.
Probably my friends Nick and Amanda. Just, I mean, unless something develops in the next hours or so, like, I'm hoping that somebody sees something or somebody knows something and comes forward.
No one's going to
What's
say
the hardest
nothing.
part of all of this for you?
Not knowing.
Not being with Nicole
Like, if they're
Kessinger.
safe or if they're in trouble. Like, there's just that variable, like, I'm not sure. I mean, I can't do anything right now from where I'm at. Like, I'm not sure if they're safe somewhere, just huddled up somewhere, or if they're in trouble. And knowing that if they could be in trouble, it's earth-shattering.
Such
right
a
now,
bad
and
liar.
It doesn't feel like it's real.
The weird part of all this, it sounds like everything's kind of locked up. There's no signs of them leaving the house.
No.
period.
No, like, we have camera there, neighbor has a camera. I mean, everything's checked out.
Do you have a camera, you said?
A doorbell, only right there. The neighbor has one over there.
Were all the doors around the house locked?
Front door was locked. The garage door was unlocked, but that's normal for, like, when she comes in the house, she leaves it unlocked just so she can come in and out, just in case, you know, to get in the garage door, but the back sliding door was locked as well.
So how would she have left the house if she did leave the house, or if anybody?
I don't want to put anything out there, like, just suspecting, like, if something.
I did it. I murdered my family.
Because we have a driveway back
what he
there
should
for
have
the
said.
new townhomes, but it's so hard to tell. Like, there's no cameras in the backyard or anything like that, so it's
Not
really hard to
anymore.
even
You had that
suspect
mount.
anything right now as far as how she could have left, or if someone came picked her up, or if somebody took her.
Meanwhile, today's reality, you've got cops there, cops here, cops in your house, K-9 units.
I've never seen something like this in my lifetime unless it was on TV or a movie, and this doesn't seem real at all. It just seems like I'm living in a nightmare and I can't get out of it. I just want them home so
Full
bad.
of crap. So, with that being said, guys, on those shadows, the one with the inside the garage, watch it again. If we need to do another part 2 separate where we just look at that separate image, I'll make that video. But I think wholeheartedly that looked like a person. Plus, you did see that person move. I never even thought about looking. I was looking more at the windows of the car, not the actual driveway. So it definitely gets my head scratching again. I just like to know what your guys' thoughts are. Don't forget to hit the like button for the obvious reasons that will hopefully one day all this information on my channel and all the other ones that have been doing it before me will make this case reopen. we can't know if we don't try. So with that being said, take care, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys in the next video.